Hello friends, welcome back in my another lecture in sampling. Today I am going to solve some more problems on maximum likelihood estimator. Number 1, find the maximum likelihood estimator. This time we have to find for lambda, parameter lambda of Poisson distribution. This is important on the basis of sample of size n. Further we have to find variance of that maximum likelihood estimator. Hence we have to show that sample mean x bar is sufficient for estimating the parameter, right? Since for Poisson distribution, density function is is this one, f of x lambda. Lambda is a parameter. This can be also written in this way, and which is equal to e raised to power minus lambda, lambda raised to power x whole divided by x factorial x, where x varies from 0 onward. All right, let us put this to be equation number 1. This is the density function as likelihood function L. As we know, this is product f of xi theta. Theta is a general unknown population parameter, and this is I is varying from 1 to, and substitute the value of this one. So this will be product e raised to power minus lambda into lambda raised to power xi whole divided by xi factorial, and I in this case is varying from 1 to, and after substituting the value of density function, if we open this product, this term will be n times, so e raised to power minus n lambda. Similarly, this will be lambda power x1, lambda power x2, so this will be lambda summation xi. If we add bases are same, to power get added, lambda raised to power summation xi whole divided by, in denominator this will be x1 factorial, x2 factorial, so on xn factorial. This is after opening this product, right? Now taking log of both sides, this implies log of L. We will use these kinds of formula: log m raised to power n, log m upon n, and log m into n. As we know all of these results, right? This is n log m, this is log m minus log n, and this is log m plus log n log n, right? So using this here, so what will we get? This will be log of e raised to power minus n lambda, right? Plus, in this is in product, this will be log of lambda raised to power summation xi minus log of x1 factorial, x2 factorial dash dash x n factorial bracket close. This is after using these formulas, right? Further, log and d cancel each other, so we are left with n lambda. So this will be summation xi log lambda because of this relation minus this is summation log xi factorial, right? In this case summation I is varying from 1 to n. This further is equal to minus n lambda plus, since we know summation xi upon n, this is x bar, so what will be summation xi from here? This will be n time x bar, this will be n time x bar log lambda, and this is summation log xi, this is summation log xi factorial, right? And in this summation I is varying from 1 to n. Let us put this to be equation number 2. Therefore likelihood equation for estimating lambda is, general equation is this one: partial derivative of log lambda with respect to theta is equal to 0. In this case parameter is lambda, so this will be, this is log L. So this time this will be partial derivative of log L with respect to lambda is equal to 0, right? So x will be constant with respect to lambda, so this is minus n with respect to lambda, n x bar is constant, log lambda derivative 1 upon lambda, there is no lambda, so this will be 0, equal to 0, right? So let us suppose this to be equation number 3. From this equation lambda is equal to n cancel from both sides, so lambda is equal to x bar, right? X bar, that is maximum likelihood estimator for parameter lambda is, we will denote this by lambda cap, and which is equal to x bar, and x bar is a, which is x bar is sample mean, which is sample mean, right? Further, now we have to find variance. Further, variance of estimate is given as, we know this result, variance of maximum likelihood estimator, this is reciprocal reciprocal of eta theta 1 upon this one, and which is further equal to, as we know from assumption, eta theta is a expected value of minus second order partial derivative of log L with respect to theta square. We know this result, so in this case theta is a lambda cap, so therefore variance of lambda cap, this will be equal to 1 upon e raised to power minus partial derivative of log with respect to theta, in this case is lambda square, right? Because of this result, now mean this is second order derivative of log L. First derivative we have already evaluated in equation number 3, so we have to just differentiate this equation one time with respect to lambda. So what will be its one time derivative? This will be, and with respect to lambda, this is 0, and nx bar is minus is as it is, nx bar is constant, derivative of 1 upon lambda will be minus 1 upon lambda square, minus this will be minus 1 upon lambda square, right? In this way, so what is, which is further equal to 1 upon expected value minus plus, this is nx bar divided by lambda square. So I have evaluated this one from this question, right? Since of 3 by differentiating with respect to lambda, right? Now n upon lambda square is constant, so this can be written as 1 upon n upon lambda square, this is constant, this is expected value of x bar, right? Now expected value of x bar, what is x bar? X bar is lambda, you can see from here, x bar is lambda, this is expected value of lambda, so expected value of constant is constant itself, so this is equal to lambda, since we know this result e of ax plus b, this is a time e of x plus b, so this is clear, so its value is lambda. So what we are getting, this is lambda square upon n, and this is also lambda, so we are getting lambda upon n, right? So that is variance of maximum likelihood estimator, lambda cap is lambda upon n. This is what we want to find, right? Finally we have to show that x bar is sufficient for estimating lambda. Finally, as partial derivative of log lambda with respect to lambda, this is from equation we know this is minus n plus n x bar divided by lambda. Since of equation 3 we have already evaluated this one, if you take n common from here, this will be x bar divided by lambda minus 1. Now n is constant, lambda is constant, so this is actually a psi, means function of x bar and lambda. This, the whole term, this is nothing but a function of n is constant, 1 is constant. This is function of x bar and lambda. Lambda is a parameter, that is a function of x bar and lambda only. Now we know this property of since if partial derivative of log L with respect to theta is a function of स्टैटिस्टिक एक वेरिएबल होगा एंड पैरामीटर एक पैरामीटर होगा, अगर ये पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव इन दोनों का ही फंक्शन है पैरामीटर लॉन, देन द स्टैटिस्टिक is sufficient estimator of a parameter, right? So in this case parameter is lambda and statistics is x bar. It means this is clear. So x bar, that is maximum likelihood estimator, that is x bar. Lambda cap is equal to x bar is a sufficient estimator for parameter lambda. This is what we want to prove. Right? Now come to the second question. This is second question. We have to find maximum likelihood estimator for parameters alpha and lambda for this distributed density function is already given in this way, and we can use these results for large values of lambda, right? So given this is the density function gamma lambda upon alpha raised to power lambda e raised to power minus lambda x divided by alpha into x raised to power lambda minus 1. This is given density function, right? Let x1 x2 xn be a random sample of size n from the given population, right? Let us suppose we have a random sample of size n, right? Therefore likelihood function L, this will be product f of xi alpha lambda. Two parameters are there, I in this case is varying from 1 to n. Substitute the value of density function, this will be product, this is 1 upon gamma lambda upon alpha raised to power lambda e raised to power minus lambda xi raised to power alpha into xi raised to power raised to power lambda minus 1. This is after substituting the value of density function in this likelihood function. I is varying from 1 to n. If you open this product, this factor will be n time, so 1 upon gamma lambda raised to power n, this factor will be also n time, so lambda upon alpha, lambda power is already there, so this will be n time lambda, right? Similarly this will be e raised to power minus lambda, this will be summation xi, right? Summation xi upon alpha into this is also this factor will, this will be in product x1 raised to power this, x2 raised to power this into xn raised to power this will be product xi raised to power lambda minus 1. In this product I is varying from 1 to n, and this is after opening this product. There are 4 terms in this way, right? Now taking log of both side, therefore log L, this will be, now use these formulas, log m raised to power n, log m into n, log m upon n, as we had used earlier. So this will be log 1 upon gamma lambda raised to power n plus log lambda upon alpha raised to power n lambda plus log e raised to power minus lambda upon alpha summation xi plus log product xi raised to power lambda minus 1. In this product I is varying from 1 to n, right? In this way this will be because of this formula n time log 1 minus log gamma lambda, right? Similarly this will be n lambda log lambda minus log alpha, and log and d cancel each other. This is lambda upon alpha summation xi, and this this term will be plus log, open this product, this will be x1 raised to power lambda minus 1, x2 raised to power lambda minus 1, so on xn raised to power lambda and lambda minus 1, right? This is after opening this factor. This is further equal to n log 1 is 0 minus n log gamma lambda. This is as it is n lambda log lambda minus log alpha minus lambda upon alpha summation xi xi. Now in this factor use this result, so what will we get? Lambda minus 1, this formula and this formula simultaneously. So lambda minus 1 into log x1 plus lambda minus 1 log x2 plus so on continue. So last term will be lambda minus 1 into log xn in this way. So finally what we are getting? Minus n log gamma lambda n lambda log lambda minus log alpha minus lambda upon alpha summation xi. So lambda minus 1 is common everywhere, and this is clear. So inside will be summation log xi. In this case I is varying from 1 to n, right? Let us suppose this is equation number 2. Now we want to find this summation log xi, and we will also use the value of this from this relation, right? We will change this one and this one. Since we know if capital G is a geometric mean of x1 and x2, so this implies x1 g x2 आर इन जी पी, ये ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन में होंगे. इट मीन्स रेशियो इक्वल होगा इन दोनों को, रेशियो इन दोनों को. तो g अपॉन x1 मस्ट बी इक्वल टू x2 अपॉन g, दैट इज g स्क्वायर इज x1 x2. तो हमारे पास यहाँ से क्या आ रहा है? दैट इज g इज x1 x2 रेज टू पावर हाफ, दैट इज टेक log, so log g from here will be half log x1 x2, right? This further can be written as half log of x1 plus log of x2, and which is further equal to half summation log xi. In this case I is varying from 1 to 2 only, because only two factors are there. So what we are getting, that is log g here is a summation log xi divided by 2, where I is varying from 1 to n, अगर g इन दोनों का ज्योमेट्रिक मीन होगा, right? Similarly, if capital G is a geometric mean of x1 x2 xn, दो में डिवाइड बाय 2 से होगा, n में क्या होगा? डिवाइडेड बाय i is varying from 1 to 2. दो में इधर मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ i is 2 and divided by 2. n में क्या होगा? मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ i will be n divided by n. This then log g will be equal to summation log xi divided by n, and in this case I is varying from 1 to n. This will be n terms. राइट, दैट इज, तो यहाँ से हमारे पास n log g क्या आ रहा है, दिस इज समेशन log x I in this case is varying from 1 to n. This is what we want to find. Now we will substitute this value into equation number 2. Therefore from equation 2 we have, तो हमारे पास log l क्या बन जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा माइनस n, फर्स्ट टर्म इज एज इट इज log gamma lambda, second term is also as it is log lambda minus log alpha, and next is minus lambda upon alpha is as it is. Since we know this result, summation xi upon n is equal to x bar. So what is summation xi from here? This is nx bar, so this will be nx bar, right, in second last term, and last term will be lambda minus 1 is as it is. Now substitute the value of this summation log xi. This is n log g, this is n log g. This is after substituting the value of underlying in equation number 2 by this factor and this factor, right. So here इसमें जो here capital G, which is geometric mean, is independent of alpha and lambda. मीन G में, दिस इज क्लियर, G में ना तो लैम्डा है, ना अल्फा है, ना तो लैम्डा है, राइट. सो लेट अस सपोज दिस टू बी इक्वेशन नंबर n log G. This is equation number 3, and let us suppose this is equation number 3 dash, right. Now we want to find likelihood equation. Now the likelihood equations for the simultaneous estimation of alpha and lambda are, पहली इक्वेशन क्या होगी, एक तो होगा ना पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव ऑफ log l विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अल्फा, बिकॉज वन पैरामीटर दिस इक्वल टू 0, एंड सेकेंड विल बी पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव ऑफ log l with respect to lambda is equal to 0. Let us suppose this to be equation number 4 and this to be equation number 5. From 4 में इस इक्वेशन को 3 डैश को हम पार्शियली डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अल्फा, राइट. सो व्हाट विल वी गेट, दिस फैक्टर, इन दिस फैक्टर देयर इज नो अल्फा, तो 0 हो जाएगा. इस फैक्टर में हमारे पास क्या है, तो इट्स डेरिवेटिव इज ऑल्सो 0, n लैम्डा माइनस n लैम्डा डिवाइडेड बाय अल्फा, ये हो जाएगा, फर्स्ट टर्म इज ये हो जाएगा आपका 0. नेक्स्ट विल बी इट्स डेरिवेटिव 0, तो दिस विल बी माइनस n लैम्डा आफ्टर मल्टीप्लाई लॉग अल्फा, डेरिवेटिव इज 1 अपॉन अल्फा, this one. Similarly here minus lambda n x bar is constant, 1 upon alpha derivative will be minus 1 upon alpha square, and its derivative will be 0 because there is no alpha in this case, plus 0 is equal to 0. Since of equation 3 dash को हमने डिफरेंशिएट किया पार्शियली विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अल्फा, सो लैम्डा कांस्टेंट होगा. इसको थोड़ा हम सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे, बट विल वी गेट n लैम्डा अपॉन अल्फा इज कॉमन, तो इन साइड विल बी माइनस 1, दिस इज माइनस माइनस प्लस लैम्डा n लैम्डा अपॉन अल्फा इज कॉमन, तो दिस विल बी x बार डिवाइडेड बाय अल्फा, दिस इज इक्वल टू 0, राइट. सो दिस implies minus 1 plus x bar upon alpha is equal to 0 for n lambda upon alpha not equal to 0. So from here what we are getting x bar upon alpha is equal to 1, right. Let us put this to be equation number 6, that is so from this equation alpha is equal to x bar. We can see that maximum likelihood estimator of alpha is गिवन एज, उसको हम अल्फा कैप से डिनोट करेंगे, ये आ जाएगा एक्स बार विच इज सैम्पल मीन क्लियरली बिकॉज एक्स बार इज सैम्पल मीन। तो मैक्सिमम लाइक्लीहुड ऑफ अल्फा कैप जो हमारे पास आ रहा है दैट इज दिस वन। X bar, right? Also from this question, also from question 5, now from question 5 means this time we have to differentiate 3 dash means this question with respect to lambda. So अल्फा इस केस में क्या होगा, कांस्टेंट होगा, राइट? तो हमारे पास क्या बनेगा, so with respect to lambda we are doing, so this is minus n partial derivative with respect to lambda of log gamma lambda, this is as it is. Now in this, because we are differentiating with respect to lambda, so n is constant, use the product rule between lambda and term in bracket, lambda and term in bracket. So derivative of lambda is 1, this factor as it is, log lambda minus log alpha plus lambda as it is, derivative of this log lambda is 1 upon lambda and its derivative is 0 as it is. So this is because of product rule between these two terms, right? Next is with respect to lambda, so this is n x bar upon alpha, lambda derivative 1 हो जाएगा, plus lambda minus 1 derivative with respect to lambda is 1, so we are left with n log g because these are constant, n log g which is equal to 0. Now since we have given partial derivative of log gamma lambda with respect to lambda, this is log lambda minus 1 upon 2 lambda, this is given in the question, so in this place use this one. So what we are getting, minus n log lambda minus 1 upon 2 lambda, this one, plus n log lambda minus n log alpha, lambda lambda cancel, so this is n, plus n minus n x bar divided by alpha plus n log capital G is equal to 0, right? So but cancel here, n log lambda plus minus this cancel each other, right? So taking n common, minus minus plus, so this is 1 upon 2 lambda, 1 upon 2 lambda, n is common, minus log alpha plus 1 because n is common, minus x bar upon alpha plus log capital G is equal to 0, taking n common everywhere, right? So this further implies 1 upon 2 lambda plus 1 minus log alpha 1 minus log alpha plus log g and finally this term minus x bar upon alpha is equal to 0 for n not equal to 0. Now from question 6 x bar upon lambda is equal to 1, this is clear. So what we are getting, 1 upon 2 lambda plus 1 minus log alpha plus log g and this is 1 which is equal to 0. So 1 and 1 cancel each other, this is because of this equation number 6. So we are left with 1 upon 2 lambda and minus log alpha plus log g. We can write it as 1 upon 2 lambda, what is common between these two, so this will be log g minus log alpha, this will be 1 upon 2 lambda minus, taking minus common, so if we take minus common we will get x log alpha, this log alpha log g, okay, log alpha. No, you can see here alpha is equal to x bar. Since alpha is equal to x bar, so in place of alpha we can write x bar. So this is x bar, alpha is x bar, alpha is x bar plus log g is equal to 0, right? This is minus log x bar plus log g equal to 0. Now which further implies this question further can be written as, so what we are getting further, this is 1 upon 2 lambda. This further can be written as writing the positive term plus log g minus log x bar is equal to 0. This further implies taking LCM, 2 lambda is the LCM, so this will be 1 plus 2 lambda is LCM, 1 plus 2 lambda, and rest is log g minus log x bar is equal to 0. So this further implies 1 plus 2 lambda log g minus log x bar is equal to 0, right? For 1 upon 2 lambda not equal to 0. So this further implies 1 minus, taking minus common, this is in this way, taking minus common from this factor 1 minus 2 lambda, so this will be log x bar minus log g is equal to 0, is equal to 0. This further implies 1 minus 2 lambda, this can be written as log x bar upon g, x bar upon g, because of this formula log m upon n. This is log m minus log n is equal to 0. So from this question this is clear. तो हमारे पास यहाँ से 1 क्या आ जाएगा, 2 लैम्डा टाइम लॉग x बार अपॉन g. So what we are getting from here, so we are getting from here lambda is 1 upon 2 time log x bar divided by g. This is value of lambda, that is maximum likelihood estimator for lambda is given as, तो उसको हम लैम्डा कैप से डिनोट करेंगे, तो इसकी वैल्यू आ जाएगी 1 अपॉन 2 टाइम लॉग ऑफ एक्स बार डिवाइडेड बाय जी, राइट? हेंस मैक्सिमम लाइक्लीहुड एस्टिमेटर्स ऑफ अल्फा एंड लैम्डा आर, अल्फा का तो हमने पहले निकाला, अल्फा का एस्टिमेटर अल्फा क्या है, विच इज इक्वल टू एक्स बार सैंपल मीन, एंड लैम्डा का मैक्सिमम इसका लैम्डा कैप विच इज इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन 2 टाइम log of x bar divided by g. So these are the maximum likelihood estimator for alpha and lambda. This is what we want to find, right? Now come to the next question. This is question number 3. Let x1 x2 xn be a random sample of uniform distribution whose density function is this one. Find maximum likelihood estimator for theta, then we have to find maximum likelihood estimator for alpha and beta, right? So let's start. Solution given in first part density function is this one, so therefore L likelihood function L क्या बन जाएगा हमारे पास, likelihood function L आ जाएगा हमारे पास प्रोडक्ट f of xi theta, and in this case I is varying from 1 to n, and which is equal to, substitute the value of this one, this is product 1 upon theta for non-zero value, then x lies between 0 and infinity. In this case I is varying from 1 to n. So what is this one, after opening this factor 1 upon theta will be how many time, n time, so this is 1 upon theta raised to power n. Let us put this to be equation number 1. This is 1 upon theta so on up to 1 upon theta, how many time, n time, so this is overall 1 upon theta raised to power n. This implies taking log of both sides, log L is equal to, this is log 1 upon theta raised to power n, which is equal to n log theta, n log 1 upon theta, and which is equal to n log 1 minus log theta. Log 1 is 0, So this will be minus n log theta, right? Let us put this to be, that is log L की वैल्यू हमारे पास क्या आ रही है, minus n log theta. Let us put this to be equation number 2. This is because of these kinds of relation, log m raised to power n, log m upon n, in this way, right? We already know these results. Now the likelihood equation is, this will be partial derivative of log L with respect to theta, because theta is a known parameter in this case, which is equal to 0. Differentiate it partially with respect to theta. N is constant, log theta derivative is 1 upon theta. This is 1 upon theta is equal to 0. So taking reciprocal, so theta in this case will be infinity, right? Since by taking रेसिप्रोकल, इसका रेसिप्रोकल उल्टा तो 1 हमारे पास थीटा जगह 1 upon 0 and 1 upon 0 is infinity. So that is maximum likelihood estimator for theta is given as, तो उसको हम थीटा कैप से डिनोट करेंगे, which is equal to infinity. So maximum likelihood is equal to this one, which is not possible, which is not possible. ऐसा क्यों नहीं है पॉसिबल? ये इसका मैक्सिमम लाइक्लीहुड एस्टिमेट हो ही नहीं सकता है, बिकॉज if theta is maximum, if theta is infinity, L will be 0. If theta is large, if theta is large, N will be minimum. So since in this case L is a मिनिमम, एल तो हमारे पास मैक्सिमम होना चाहिए, मैक्सिमम लाइक्लीहुड एस्टिमेटर है. सो थीटा की वैल्यू अगर लार्ज होगी तो बिकॉज एल इज रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ एल, तो एल की वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगी, मिनिमम आ जाएगी, जबकि हमारे को बट वी नीड मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ एल, राइट? सो इन दिस केस we will find maximum likelihood estimator for theta as follows. कुछ अलग तरीके से हम निकालेंगे, राइट? Here we have to select theta so that हमको थीटा की वो वैल्यू सेलेक्ट करनी पड़ेगी या निकालनी पड़ेगी, सो दैट एल इज मैक्सिमम. हमारे पास एल मैक्सिमम आना चाहिए, एल इज मैक्सिमम फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1. फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1 में हमारे पास एल क्या आना चाहिए, मैक्सिमम आना चाहिए, राइट? एल इज मैक्सिमम फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1. फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1 इट्स क्लियर दैट, इक्वेशन 1 से आप देख सकते हैं, इट्स क्लियर दैट एल इज एल मैक्सिमम कब आएगा, एल इज मैक्सिमम इफ थीटा इज मिनिमम. हमारे पास थीटा की वैल्यू मिनिमम आनी चाहिए, तभी एल हमारे पास क्या आएगा, मैक्सिमम आएगा, राइट? let x, this is in bracket, x, this is 2 in bracket, so one continue in this way, x and n is in bracket, be the ordered random sample, be the ordered random sample of n independent observations from the given population, population, so what does this order sample, this 1 2 n in bracket means these are ordered sample. Ordered sample means so that we are supposing 0 is less than x1 and this first sample is less than equal to x2 and this is further less than equal to so on less than equal to xn, means xn, this is the largest sample observation, x1 is the smallest sample observation, x2 is more than this sample observation, xn is the largest sample observations. That is From here you can see easily here, and this is less than equal to theta. You can see here, we need value of we are supposing this, let these be the order random samples of n independent observations from the given populations, so that in this way order sample means x1 is less than x2 and x2 is less than so x, and xn is further less than theta. So from here this is clear, nth random observation, this is less than equal to theta, this that is we can say theta is greater than equal to xn less than equal to, this means theta is greater than equal to xn. So value of theta is either xn or greater than xn. So that is, we can say, that is minimum value of theta which is consistent with the sample is xn means nth sample observations, n sample observation. So this implies maximum likelihood estimator for theta is, उसको हम थीटा कैप से डिनोट करेंगे, एंड इट्स वैल्यू इज xn. xn means largest, xn is the largest sample observation, because these are the order random sample. Because minimum value of theta is either x1, because theta value is either xn and greater than xn, so this is the minimum value. So theta is minimum, so maximum likelihood estimate over theta which is minimum is at a largest sample observation. If this is minimum, so from equation 1 L will be maximum, so this is true. This is the maximum likelihood estimator for the unknown parameter theta. Right, now come to the second part. Second part B, given again density function is given, in this case f of x, two parameters are given, alpha and beta, and its value is 1 upon beta minus alpha or 0 when alpha lies between x and when x lies between alpha and beta, and elsewhere when x is when x is outside this range. Right, here likelihood function L is product of f of xi alpha beta, which are parameter, and I in this case is varying from 1 to n, and which is equal to product, substitute the value here, non zero value आपके पास है 1 upon beta minus alpha I in this case is varying from 1 to n, so this factor will be how many time, n time, so which is equal to 1 upon beta minus alpha raised to power n. Let us suppose this to be equation number 1. Right, now taking log both side, this implies log of L, this is equal to log of 1 upon beta minus alpha raised to power n, so which is equal to n time log 1 upon beta minus alpha, and which is equal to n log 1 minus log beta minus alpha. Log 1 is 0, so we are getting minus n log beta minus alpha. Right, now the likelihood equations for estimating अल्फा एंड बीटा आर, तो दो बनेगी, एक तो बनेगी हमारे पास पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव ऑफ लॉग एल विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 0, और सेकंड इक्वेशन जो बनेगी पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव ऑफ लॉग एल विद रिस्पेक्ट टू बीटा इज इक्वल टू 0. राइट, ऑन डिफरेंशिएट दिस विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अल्फा, so what we are getting minus n upon beta minus alpha into derivative beta minus alpha will be minus 1, which is equal to 0. So from here what we are getting, n upon beta minus alpha is equal to 0, that is taking reciprocal, so beta minus alpha will be equal to infinity, right? Also from this question, differentiating with respect to beta, so minus n upon beta minus alpha, derivative of beta minus alpha will be 1 equal to 0. So this implies uh, minus n upon beta minus alpha is equal to 0. So also from this relation beta minus alpha is equal to infinity, since by टेकिंग रेसिप्रोकल, दोनों क्वेश्चन में मैंने इसका भी रेसिप्रोकल किया और इसका भी रेसिप्रोकल, सिंस बाय टेकिंग रेसिप्रोकल, राइट? सो इन बोथ इक्वेशन what we are getting, that is in both cases we get beta minus alpha is equal to infinity, which is maximum value, which is its value is infinity, means which is a maximum value. This is clear, this is maximum value. Now when beta minus alpha is maximum, so L will be minimum, so this implies L will be minimum. what we हमको क्या चाहिए, what we want L to be maximum, हमको तो L की मैक्सिमम वैल्यू चाहिए, राइट? सेम प्रीवियस वाला केस बन गया, therefore we will find the maximum likelihood estimators for alpha and beta by some other means, by other mean or a method, you can say by other mean or a method. Clearly you can see clearly from equation 1 से clear है, L will be, L maximum का होगा, L will be maximum if L maximum का होगा when if beta minus alpha is minimum, तभी होगा, राइट? L maximum तभी आएगा if this is minimum, because L is reciprocal of beta minus alpha, right? That is, we can say if beta takes maximum value, beta takes minimum value possible value, ठीक है, मिनिमम वैल्यू जो पॉसिबल होगी, एंड अल्फा टेक्स मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू. ये बीटा माइनस अल्फा तभी मिनिमम होगा जब हमारे पास बीटा क्या होना चाहिए, मिनिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू, और अल्फा क्या होना चाहिए, मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू. फ्रॉम हियर I come to know that beta, in order to be beta minus alpha is minimum, beta should be minimum possible value and alpha should be maximum possible value. Later on you will come to know, right? If जैसे order of samples suppose कर लेते हैं, now if x1 in bracket, x2 in bracket, so on continue, xn in bracket is an ordered sample फ्रॉम दिस, जो भी हमारे पास गिवन पॉपुलेशन होगी, फ्रॉम दिस और गिवन पॉपुलेशन, सो दैट, ये मैंने ऑर्डर सैम्पल सपोज किए हैं, सो दैट अल्फा लेस देन इक्वल टू x1 इन ब्रैकेट, x2 इन ब्रैकेट, सो ऑन कंटिन्यू xn in bracket which is further less than beta. This range I have taken from this one, alpha, x, beta. X is the order sample in this way. Order sample means this is smallest sample of size 1, this is less than x2 and x2 is less than x3 and xn is the largest sample observation. So जो इनका नंबर इंडिकेट कर रहा है सब्सक्रिप्ट में, ये स्मॉलेस्ट है, ये इससे लार्ज है, x3 क्या होगा, x2 से लार्ज होगा, xn क्या होगा, xn माइनस n से लार्ज. So from here you can see from these questions, that is alpha is less than equal to minimum largest sample observation and xn is less than, this is less than beta. ये तो वही रहेगा, alpha is less than दिस वन, एंड यहाँ से हम इसको हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं xn is less than beta means beta is greater than xn. वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा इज लेस देन इक्वल टू x1. सो क्लियर लग रहा है अल्फा की मैक्सिमम वैल्यू x1 होगी या तो इससे क्या होगी, छोटी होगी. दैट्स वाई अल्फा टेक मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू. सिमिलरली वैल्यू ऑफ बीटा इज आइदर इक्वल टू x1 और ग्रेटर देन xn. दैट्स वाई बीटा टेक्स मिनिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू. बीटा की मिनिमम वैल्यू xn होगी और इससे बड़ी कुछ भी हो सकती है. सिमिलरली अल्फा की मैक्सिमम वैल्यू x1 होगी, इससे छोटी कुछ भी हो सकती है. दैट्स वाई दिस इज मैक्सिमम एंड दिस टेक मिनिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू. नाउ दैट इज, ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं दैट इज मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा which is consistent with sample is x1, right, and minimum possible value of beta which is consistent with sample is xn, right. Hence L is मैक्सिमम इफ बीटा की वैल्यू क्या है हमारे पास xn लार्जेस्ट सैंपल ऑब्जर्वेशन की इक्वल आ जाए एंड अल्फा इज इक्वल टू स्मॉलेस्ट सैंपल ऑब्जर्वेशन, राइट, बिकॉज दीज आर द ऑर्डर सैंपल्स and their subscript represent their the size of the sample observation, right. Therefore maximum likelihood estimators for alpha and beta are given as क्या क्या होंगे. तो अल्फा का मैक्सिमम लाइक्लीहुड एस्टिमेटर अल्फा कैप होगा एंड विच इज इक्वल टू x1 that is x1 means smallest sample observation, smallest, because x1 is the smallest sample observation, and maximum likelihood estimator of beta is beta cap and which is equal to xn, that is largest sample observation, right. So these are the maximum likelihood estimators for parameters alpha and beta that we want to find, right. So dear friends, this is all about today's lecture. Thank you.